everybody, it's Reckless, and welcome to Break the Fourth Wall. So, in this video, I'll be going over in depth what it means to be tier 12 in Destiny. But before we get into the video, if you guys enjoy it, hitting that like button and giving your opinion in the comment section below will be greatly appreciated. Now, this video is primarily for those people who do not know what tier 12 is, or for those people who would like to brush up on their knowledge about tier 12 gear. Now, what is tier 12? Well, tier 12 is based off of the armor as well as the artifact and ghost shell stats that you are wearing. However, weapons, which are these, are not included because they don't have any intellect, discipline, or strength on them. As you may know, each stat is divided up into tier sections, tiers 1 through 5. 60 points in one stat will give you one tier. For example, as you can see, my strength is at tier 2 because there are 60 points in tier 1 and 60 points in tier 2. Now, what are the benefits of actually getting to tier 12? Well, when you get to tier 12, you are maximizing the effectiveness of your subclass. In my case, it would be my Voidwalker Warlock. Now, when you do this, the higher tier, the faster the cooldown of your abilities. So if I had tier 12 gear entirely, I would max out the effectiveness of my grenades as well as my Nova Bomb for my Warlock. Now, there are different combinations of tier 12 and some variants of the 552. 552 is meaning that you have 5 intellect, 5 discipline, and 2 strength. As you can tell, I'm not there yet. I am getting there though. Or you can have any variant of that very same thing. You can have 525 or 255. Or if you like to balance things out, you can have 444. So now that you know what tier 12 is, how do you actually calculate it to figure out whether it's a good piece of gear or not? Well, there are actually two different sites. One being the Destiny Item Manager, or DIM, which is what I like to use, or Tower Ghost. Both are sites that are great to help use when you want to calculate, or you could do it yourself when using this as an example. You add the high number of one stat to the low number of another stat. As you can see, my Warlock Bond, if you added the intellect and discipline, it will give you a number. That number is used to dictate whether it is a tier 12 gear or not. So, when it actually comes to gear, exotic armor is the only armor currently that can be re-rolled to help with glass needles that Xur may sell in order for you to get tier 12 gear. Now, if I'm correct, I think my gauntlets right now are at 98%. Now, the percentage you can actually find out on Destiny Item Manager or Tower Ghost, and I will put a link in the description for both of those. Now, when it comes to tier 12 gear, you want to look for gear that is 97% or higher, which is 98, 99, and 100. The total of points that you can have in order to reach tier 12 gear is 720. That is what is required. However, the max is 743 as of today, which is January 16, 2017. This may change with other expansions. This may change within Destiny 2, or whatever they plan on calling Destiny, the next Destiny sequel. Now, as for individual pieces of gear, your helmets, you want to have a number of 108 or better, and 111 is your max. When it comes to your gauntlets, you want to have 96 or better, and 99 is your max. As for your chest armor, you want to have 144 or better, and 147 is your max. As for your leg armor, you want to have 132 or better, and 135 is your max. As for your class item, you want to have 57 or better, and 60 is your max. As for your artifact, you want to have 126 or better, and 131 is your max. And as for your awesome ghost, you want to have 57 or better, and 60 is your max. Now, If I am correct, my Ghost as well as my Warlock Bond are both maxed out at 100%, and I think that my Gauntlets are at 98%. But don't quote me on that. I'm not looking at Tower Ghost or Destiny Item Manager at this moment. So, now that you guys know that, is it possible to go higher than Tier 12? Well, yes, it is. Tier 13 is definitely a possibility, and maybe even Tier 14 is possible, but only through an artifact that doubles a single stat, which is like one artifact that only doubles strength. That is either close to or at its max. And that is the only way you can get up to Tier 13. I am not entirely sure if you can reach Tier 14 with that. But if one of you guys actually know if you can reach Tier 14 by having that artifact, let me know in the comments below. Now, even though I was supposed to start this at the beginning of the year, I will be starting a new episode on my channel called Tier 12 Tuesdays. And what that actually is I will be going over all the vendor gear and weapons that you guys can get on the reset that is Tier 12, that is pretty much Tier 12 worthy. So in this next segment, what I want to do is give you guys my opinion on what I feel is the best Tier 12 builds for each the Warlock, Titan, and the Hunters. For the Voidwalkers, as well as the Sunsingers, you guys want to go for a 5-5-2 build in order to maximize your supers and your grenades. However, Stormcallers should use a 5-2-5 build in order to maximize your super and your melee. As for Titans, Defenders, Sunbreakers, and Strikers should aim for a 5-5-2 build, but the Defender Titan can also aim for a 5-2-5 build or a 4-4-4 build in order to have a balanced build. As for Hunters, when it comes to Night Stalkers, you guys would benefit more from a 2-5-5 build in order to maximize your grenades and melee for your wombo combos, or a 4-4-4 build in order if you guys want it balanced. However, Gunslingers and Blade Dancers are better off with a 5-5-2 build. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully this was helpful to you. Thank you guys for all of your support. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click that subscribe button down below. I'm Reckless, and remember, own your success, and I will see you guys next time.